What is up, guys? It's Brillymister here and welcome to today's video. If you do enjoy the video, then don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment and subscribe, and hit all the links up down below to Twitch and Discord. Enjoy the video. What is up, everybody? And yeah, welcome to today's video. Going to be a bank video. As you can see, I've just been kicked from the Iron Man clan as usual when it means I go to record. So yeah, we're going to do a bank video today. I did one quite a while ago now, probably it was a fair few months ago, and the bank value has increased a fair chunk since then. So yeah, we're going to do a fresh one. So we've got my tab here at the top. This has just got my 2 Crown of Seasons, which I was trying to merch, but they're slowly getting back to the price they were. They're kind of a failed merch, but they're going to sit there till they get back up. I think I bought them for 125 mil each or something like that. So hopefully they'll start going up again soon, but never mind. Then we've got a load of our Proteans. I've been using quite a lot of them over double XP, so I converted them either into planks or to traps, and yeah, I've gone ahead and I've nearly used all my traps, and I might start using the planks pretty shortly. I may not as well though. I've also got my 37 money seeds there, so that's like 50 mil. I did actually try and super grow them, but it turns out you cannot super grow magic tree, like money tree seeds, which I guess does make sense because I was going to super grow them all, and that'd been like 50 mil-ish sort of for me there. And then other than this, it's just sort of random junk that kind of just, it's like the default tab where stuff that's not in another tab just ends up. So I got my my Blurry special that I got from Grace the El Seren Spirit one time. Can sit there, and then other than that, yeah, it's just all basically random junk that just kind of gets dumped in there as it appears, and it's not got another space. So we move on to the second tab. This is probably one of the better tabs actually, and this is my gear tab. So we've got my my custom fit masterwork, normal masterwork, which was for Slayer. It's got basically just Slayer perks. So I should probably re-augment that now, as I don't do Slayer anymore. I'm already 200 mil, and it'll probably save me some charge on the augmented the custom fit masterwork at some point. Then I got my Elite Serenic. I think I got the full set. Yeah, I've even got the Elite Serenic mask. The Elite Serenic was a little bit cheaper than the Elite Tectonic was a little bit cheaper than the Serenic, so I got the mask as well. It wasn't too bad. But I don't really mage that much anymore, so it doesn't get used that much. But it still gets to chill in there, sit in the bank, which is nice. Then we go on to the Serenic. I cheaped out a little bit on this one, and I just got a normal Serenic mask because the Elite Serenic mask was like 160 mil or something like that, which, for a hat which provides, what, plus 24 to plus 23, I mean, yeah. I just went for the cheaper one for the Serenic, and I got the rest of the Elite Serenic, because I can repair it rather than the normal Serenic, but yeah, just cheaped out on the mask. Again, I got Void, which, again, we don't really use anymore, and some War Priest, which is another thing which we don't really use anymore. But I believe the War Priest effect, like, carries over to this, but I think I have to wear the whole set. Okay, so I don't have the hat, and then, yeah, it could carry over to my my arm, augmented Sliske arm, which I got down there. I bought that just for Rex Matriarchs. I definitely got ripped off for that. I paid like 150 mil or something for it. I bought it on the day of release. It was not a good shout. So then I got Virtus, which is my sort of old PBMing gear. I don't really ever use that anymore. It's kind of just here, because I haven't sold it. But I might find a use for it at some point. But generally, if I'm maging now, I'm either maging something which I can use the Inquisitor Staff and I'll be in full Tectonic, or I'm not maging, so it doesn't get used a massive amount anymore. Then we sort of get onto the weapony bit. Got my Terrasol. I think this is like 600 mil, something like that. It obviously only sells the out value because I've augmented it, but I think it's like 600 mil-ish nowadays. Then I got my Drygles, which was my best in slot melee for a little while. I've still got the Drygole mace. I don't know why. I could probably sell that, to be honest. I got a main hand that now. I've still got my offhand Drygole with flanking 4 on, so you still got a flanking switch for melee, which is nice. Not that I use it very often, if I'm honest. I normally just don't bother. Then I've also got the Spears, EGS. I've got quite a nice melee setup actually. I've got, pretty much everything that I need there for it, which is quite nice. Then when we go on to the range stuff, I've also got my ECB, which is over max cash. I think it was like 2.8 bills, so that's like 700 mil over max cash, which obviously doesn't include on the price checker, which we'll check at the end. Got the SGB as well, which I think that's like 1.5 bill, which is not too bad. Then I got my old Slayer armors here, so I got my my Animacora Seren for Mage with my Slayer perks on, and then I got the Animacora Zamrock with range perks on. Again, they were my old sort of Slayer gears when I was going for 200 mil. Then I've got my boots, my gloves, so I got my Lacerations, Fleetings, and Blaster Fusion boots. It's so nice that these are cheap now, although I did buy them for like 80 mil, and they're like 2 mil now, but I'm all cool with it. Means when I buy them on my ult or whatever, then they're going to be a little bit cheaper. Cinderbanes, again, I got lucky but the other way, so I bought them for like 4 mil, and they're like 100 mil now. And same with the Nightmare Gauntlets, I think I got them pretty cheap as well, and they're like 100 mil now, which is awesome. Then I've also got some Armadillo gloves, so this is just when I camp Capsaris. I've got loads of unaugmented gear, so I use my Armadillo gloves, Armadillo Helm. I bought myself a Stalker Ring for it, just for a little bit of extra damage. And then I got my Armadillo Chainskirt as well. And I just wear the Animal Core of Zamorak top, so I can have Scavenger, which is awesome. And that's also what my Hex Hunter bow's for, is for AFK and Capsarius, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty much my loot tab. Obviously got my Dominion Mines, some Overload Salves, that sort of thing in there, Holy Overloads, Brews and Restores, and just some general other gear like bolts and things like that. But yeah, that's quite a lot of my high value stuff is there. So next tab is sort of a skilling tab. It's kind of just a placeholder tab now, really. It holds all of my urns that aren't in the Brooch of the Gods, all the activated ones and some random strong ones that I made by accident ages and ages ago. I should probably get rid of them. And it's got some of my Ark supplies, but I haven't been to the Ark for a long time. Probably the best thing in this tab is my nearly 60k corrupted ore from where I did a decent chunk of 120 mining at Stones. Don't think I'll ever use that, although I'd imagine that 60k corrupted ore is probably a decent chunk of the way to 200 mil smithing. I'm not 100% sure on it. But I've only just got 120 smithing over double XP weekend, so I'm in no urgent rush to go ahead and do that. Next we go on to my potion tab. This is where all the ones that I don't use all the time, and then all the 5 doses and all the sort of undecanted ones go. So it's a little bit messy in here, and it's got all sort of my extremes and sort of more niche potions as well. Got some Vuln Bombs as well, 4k of them. I bought them all last double XP weekend. They didn't rise that much for me to sell them, so I kind of just kept hold of them and used them, and I've been buying a few more this double XP weekend, so hopefully they'll sell and rise, or buy and rise so I can sell them again. If not, then I'm just getting cheap Vuln Bombs for me to use forever, which is pretty awesome. The Bold Dinosaur Ores, I had a nice stack of that. I sold that just at the beginning of double XP. Same with quite a lot of my herbs and stuff I sold all just before double XP to get the most out of them. Then I got my some keystones here from where I've been AFK and Capsarius. Haven't done so much that lately, but I still got a few of them here. I did make a few Ascensions. 2 Ascensions I think it was, so you can see which keys I got lucky on, where I've got tons of the keys left, and the ones which I didn't, where I haven't got so many. But yeah, it's still a decent amount of money. There's probably another 100 mil maybe there between them all, maybe-ish. This tab here is my junk tab, basically. It's where all of the random quest stuff, which I don't know where I can get rid of it yet, and just all random treasure hunter junk, it just accrues in here, and if it doesn't have a tab, but I still think I need it, it just gets chucked in here, and this is basically my junk tab. Then we got the summoning tab. I've actually still got a decent amount of charms left, considering it was last double XP that I think I did 120 summoning. But I still got 12k blue charms left and 132k crimsons. Probably never going to use the crimsons. Realistically, I'm probably never going to use them. I did 120 all off blues, so, we'll just wait for them to stack up again. And at some point, I'll get 200 mil. I may use the crimsons, but, they're just not as good XP. I don't think I could bring myself to do, 20 hours of summoning with crimson charms. I don't think I can do that. And then other than that in here, I've just got some pouches that I use quite frequently. I got my Nihils and Repidemons. They're pretty much all I use now. And then I've got Yaks and Steel Titans for if I'm feeling like a cheapskate or if I need a bit more food as well. But it is mostly the Nihils and the Repidemons that get used now. And I've also got a little collection of eggs from the Crush Nests. I got lots of them, plenty of them. So the next tab is my loot tab. So like I said, this has been a little bit cleared out lately because it was double XP, so I sold all of the herbs and anything that I thought was going to rise over double XP, I sort of sold it when I could to get the max price out of it. But I got, a couple of extra Noxious bits here from Iraq. It's got 2 webs, an eye, and a top leg, so I probably should go finish that leg at some point, but I probably also won't. I don't want to go to Rax on my main until I've been there and got everything on my Iron Man, because I'll be so gutted if I get a Fang or something on my main and I haven't got it on my Iron Man. So yeah, I got my herbs all there and my onyxes. I don't ever really sell onyxes, I just keep them and then I slowly use them as I die for my Ring of Death, so it's kind of self-sustaining. I earn about as many onyxes as I lose. And other than that, I got some ceramic scales. Most of those have come from AFK and Capsarius as well, but some of them will have actually come from the Ascension, from the Legios when I went for the bow. And then we've got all of the Stone Spirits in one long line there, so we can just see and sell them as they stack up. Then I got another one that I don't really ever sell, so it's my Magic Logs. I never sell that, so I originally came up with the theory that I was going to keep 2,000 or 3,000 in my bank, just so I could do fire making sort of the max guild when I was PVM. But then the PVM hub came out, and you don't really need it for bonfire boosts or anything anymore. But I just never sold them, so it's kind of stacked up, and I've got 67k of them now. I've no idea what it's worth, 400k per k, so a decent chunk there of Magic Logs. And then other than this, it's just sort of assorted loot. I think most of this has come from Elite Dungeons 2 and stuff like that. Some of that will be from Raksha. And I've got loads of the perfect gemstone scales. I should probably dismantle them at some point. That's a lot of precious components there, which would be good. And then I got a couple of odd 120 capes. They're the ones I got last double XP. So I got my summoning and my fletching, and they're just there basically. So this is like my farming tab. It was kind of like my Brawling Gloves tab, but as I slowly used them all up, it's kind of just turned it into a farming tab. It never began as a farming tab. This one up here was my farming tab, but as you can see, it's kind of migrated its way down here over time. But, you know, I'm cool with that. We've got it here. I don't really, again, do many farm runs here. It's only really the occasional animal run, which I do. I'm only 7 mil from 120 farming now, so it won't be long until I can no longer have to farm. Then we got an archaeology tab, which is kind of just turned into like another skilling tab almost. It became my mining tab when I did 120 mining, where I had my stone spirits and everything like that in there after I did 200 mil archaeology. But now it kind of just holds some random stuff. It's got my brooch in it and a couple of things like that. It's again, it's another junk tab. And then my last tab is the clue tab, which is lots of clues, which I'm never ever going to do. Maybe I might do the masters, who knows. So I've got 189 elite clues, 120 hard clues, loads of mediums, and yeah, just a few bits of random loot and junk that I have got from them. Other than that, I have obviously got some stuff in my Keepsake as well, which I'll move up here so you can see it. So there's obviously a bit of bank value in the Keepsake, which will be included on my wealth evaluator. So I've obviously got my, I got the green Halloween mask, which is like just over max cash now. I think it was like 2.3 bill. I bought it for like just under 2.1, so I made a decent amount off that. And then I got the third age melee set, which is, I think that was about another 800-900 mil between the two. So if we go to the price checker now, we will need to add a little bit to this. So it's at 16 bill. So my last bank value was just over 10 mil, so I've gained 6 bill since then, which is pretty good going. I'll work out how many months it is between it, but I think that's probably about a bill a month. And obviously I have just spent a bit on getting 120 smithing, but it was only like 500-600 mil, so it was only 16.5 bill. But you can probably add about another bill on top of that for the value that the ECB and the mask is above the like max cash value. So it's probably like 17 bill in total, which is pretty good growth on my bank value. Hopefully I'll be able to get it over 20 bill soon, which will be really, really cool. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. I didn't realise that I'd managed to sort of grow it that much since the last time, but I guess, you know, the steady growth over time has really started to add up. And yeah, the bank value has grown pretty substantially. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this video and enjoyed seeing around my bank and everything like that. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like on it and subscribe to my channel as always. And there are links in the description to Twitch and Discord. Till next time, guys. See ya.